Hey there, Teddy Rumpskin here, and yeah, apparently The Mummy is not a flop. Yeah, I made a video that said that the Mummy will flop, and it was gonna flop, and actually it kind of did, but it's actually not a flop, right? Well, I mean, the movie came out opening weekend. It actually only made like $32 million, which honestly, that's a lot of money. I'd like to have $32 million, can I please? But that's actually a disappointing number considering the projections that the industry analysts had set up for that fucking movie, right? And it actually came out number 2 behind Wonder Woman's second week at the box office. And Wonder Woman in its second week at the box office made $57 million, which is almost twice what the fucking Mummy made. So Mummy's considered a box office disappointment. In fact, it made less money in its opening weekend than the fucking Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser from back in the 90s, which made more like $43 million at the box office, right? And The Mummy Returns, the one with The Rock in it, well, that one made like $68 million in its opening weekend, you know? Even The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, the third fucking Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser, which was a box office disappointment, made more money in its opening weekend than this new fucking Mummy movie made, right? So, I mean, it's actually a flop here in the States, but overseas, man, in the international box office, it's actually fucking Tom Cruise's biggest fucking opening weekend of all time. Yeah, the movie's actually made over $140 million internationally. Yeah, we actually, it's the biggest movie that Tom Cruise has ever made in Mexico, right? The numbers are breaking records in Russia, you know, and in Brazil. Tom Cruise is making big money. In fact, it's Tom Cruise's biggest opening weekend across the world. You know, made more money than War of the Worlds or any of the Mission Impossible movies. The Mummy is officially a box office hit, you know, around the world, right? And it has yet to still open in Japan and France. We're fucking, Tom Cruise is huge in Japan, man. He's fucking huge around the world. Tom Cruise is a global star. And his star is continuing to grow with this fucking movie. So yeah, even though it didn't do that well in the States, internationally, The Mummy is a fucking blockbuster. Right? It's kind of like last year with that movie, the Warcraft, based on the fucking video game. That movie flopped here in the States. But in China, in China, Warcraft made more money than fucking Star Wars. Yeah, so they're going to make a sequel to Warcraft and it's going to appeal more to the fucking Chinese market, right? Yeah, and, yeah, The Mummy is a hit over fucking seas, which just proves that the American market is less and less important all the fucking time, and the movie industries are really looking at an international fucking movie market now, you know? It's almost like we don't even matter, you know? And here in America, we seem to kind of dislike Tom Cruise, you know? Just because he's silly. But Tom Cruise doesn't fucking care. He's laughing all the way to the fucking bank. I mean, what? I mean, people are mocking Tom Cruise. There's recently been a bunch of memes, right? Some actually Tom Cruise screaming memes, right? Where they took him screaming from the recent Mummy trailer. And doing silly things with him.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
And, I mean, Tom Cruise doesn't fucking care. He's just laughing at the memes, too.
Yeah. There you are. I was obsessed with this.
Oh my god, why hasn't anyone shown me that before? That is hilarious.
Well, you haven't seen anything yet, because here's you hanging off Nick Cage.
Is that...
I think that's great. I think it's great that Tom Cruise can actually laugh at himself, you know. And I think that's a good thing. That shows he's actually kind of cool. He's willing to fucking laugh at himself. Can you imagine Steven Seagal fucking laughing at himself? Fuck no. He'd be like, that's not fucking funny. You know? Yeah, but fuck Steven Seagal. But, you know, I mean, Tom Cruise is cool. I like Tom Cruise. But, you know, this new Mummy, it's not great. It's really not. But it's getting a lot of fucking hate. You know, a lot of fucking hate online. But I think people are really attacking it because of what it represents. It represents what they feel is wrong with Hollywood right now. You know, the focus on the international fucking business. They focus on, remaking classic movies for a new fucking audience and building some kind of cinematic universe, building a fucking franchise, And the movie does tease a lot about, future fucking movies that are coming and building a fucking cinematic universe and shit. But, maybe it deserves the hate that it's fucking getting. But the fact is that it's actually not a flop. Yeah, this fucking Mummy is going to end up making money. In fact, it already has. With the money it's made overseas, it's already returned on its $125 million budget. Right? So, it's not a flop. It's actually not. So anyway, until fucking next time, keep it fucking real.
Gonna come through the glass!
There you are. That's you hanging off a cat.